Good afternoon and welcome to our midweek noontime meditation here at the Living Truth Center, located 1850 Belmore Road, East Cleveland, Ohio. I am the Reverend Charles Stevens, and I will be leading you in this guided meditation. We want to begin first by just relaxing, making sure that our feet are flat on the floor, our back is against the chair, and we just relax by taking in a deep, refreshing breath. So let's begin by taking in a deep, deep, refreshing breath. Just breathe in. Breathe in with the concept that God is everywhere, evenly present. And release it. Take in another deep, refreshing breath. And just affirm to yourself that there is only one power, and that is God the good, the omnipotent. And release it. And again, take in one more deep, deep, refreshing breath. And just affirm, it is God's will for me to live this healthy, happy, and prosperous life. Breathe it in and release it. We might ask ourselves, why do we need to meditate? Why do we need to pray? Why do I need to study? Well, if we are looking to change anything in our life, no one else's life, but our life, we have to take time out and center ourselves. Think about the things that God has created for my life and my affairs, and that He has given me a spirit that understands everything that is going on in my life, world, and affairs. He has given me a spirit of love, truth, patience, kindness. He's given me that spirit to utilize within my life, world, and affairs. And if I am not actively involved with my spirit, I need to meditate. I need to pray. I need to study. Take in a deep, refreshing breath. And just affirm, I'm turning my life over into the hands of my Creator, my Father, Mother God, and release it. We meditate for the purpose of, especially during the midweek, we're busy all week long. We're busy all day long. And this is just Wednesday. And we got 3 more or 4 more other days to work with. And you may feel run down, beaten up by the situations and circumstances that may be going on in your life, world, and affairs. You may be caught up in all the activity of the outside world, all the violence that's taking place, the sickness, all that stuff that's going on. You need to meditate. You need to take time out to pray. You need to take time out and study. Taking a deep, refreshing breath. For this midweek meditation is a spiritual boost to get through all the chatter of the outside world. We get still, we get quiet, and listen, and start dismissing all that chatter of the outside world, so that we can hear the still small voice within us that keeps us and guides us and directs our path into a spirit of peace and joy and harmony and love, not only for yourself, but for others, spiritually, from the spiritual perspective, taking a deep, refreshing breath, and just affirm, I choose to let go of the things of the world so that I can increase within my spiritual world. Breathe it in and release it. Remember, we are spiritual beings, made in the image and after the likeness of our Creator, God. And Jesus said in John 4:24 that God is spirit, and that we must worship God in spirit and in truth. Taking a deep, refreshing breath. And just affirm, my spirit is connected to that heavenly, godly spirit that I am. And release it. And as you just continue to breathe, and just making sure that every part of your body is relaxed, allow the energy of God to flow in and through you right now. From the top of your head to the soles of your feet, the energy of God flows through you now. Taking a deep, refreshing breath. And just affirm, God's energy is now flowing in and through my entire being. And every cell is responding to this God energy right now. And release it. So meditation and prayer and study is the key to changing your life, your affairs, anything that's concerning you. When we learn to meditate and pray, God perfects it for you. Anything that has to be done in your life, God will perform it through you. heard it before. God makes a way out of no way. So when you turn your life over to God, you are putting that Christ presence within you, that seed that God placed within each and every one of us. You're allowing that seed to grow. And as that seed grows, you grow spiritually. It is no longer I doing it. It is no longer you doing it. The government is upon the shoulders of your Christ. So when you need to be counseled, you have a mighty counselor. Taking a deep, refreshing breath and just affirm. I have the mighty counselor working for me. And release it. And if you need anything, you have an everlasting Father that supplies your needs. And if you think you have an enemy, you have a mighty God. And if you just think you're out of control, or your world seems to be upset, you have the Prince of Peace. All these entities God provides for you. Just taking a deep, refreshing breath and just affirm, God provides all my needs. And release it. And as we prepare ourselves for the reading of the daily inspiration, which will be read by Mrs. Juanita Stevens, taking another deep, refreshing breath and just affirm, I'm open and receptive for the reading of the inspiration that I need for this week, for this day. And release it.
Today's daily inspiration is found on page 29, Wednesday, July 20th, 2022, entitled, Breathe in Goodness.
It's page 29. Breathe in goodness. Breathe in goodness. Taking a deep, refreshing breath and just affirm. The breath that I'm taking right now is the goodness of God flowing in and through my spirit now. And release it.
Take a deep cleansing breath. Allow your lungs to fill with life-giving air. Let your breath travel all the way through your nose and lungs down to your diaphragm. Breathe in goodness. Breathe in God.
And as you read that paragraph, just taking a deep, refreshing breath, breathing in through your nostrils, allowing your lungs to expand, your diaphragm to expand. Breathe in the goodness of God right now. And release it.
Our breath is one of the most precious gifts we have. Perhaps we do not think much about it until something obstructs it. Then we're consciously aware of our breath.
Are you consciously aware of your breathing, of how you are breathing, why you are breathing? It is God's will for you to breathe, for it is the Spirit, which is breath, to breathe in and through you. It is the breath of life. It is God. Take in a deep, refreshing breath. You are breathing in God, the breath of life. And release it.
Today, let us pay loving attention to our breath, giving thanks for it and recognizing how essential it is to our experience of life. Let us reflect on how breathing deeply restores us. Simply by slowing the breath down, we can positively impact the emotional temperature of our lives.
Are you impacting the emotional temperature of your life? As you read those words, take in a deep, deep, deep refreshing breath, because you're making an impact on your life and affairs. Breathe in deeply. And release it.
Breath is the goodness of God. Realizing that your breath is also a superpower. Using properly, your breath enables you to remain calm and focused regardless of the disturbing outer appearances, situations, and circumstances. Breathe in the goodness of God to dissipate anxiety, panic, and worry. They have no power over the one who knows and uses the spiritual power of the breath.
And as you read that paragraph, just affirm, I know the spiritual power of breath. Breathe that in. I know the spiritual power of breath. Breathe that in deeply as you allow those words to penetrate your entire being, especially your lungs. Breathe it in deeply. And release.
The scripture today is coming from Job 33:4. The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life.
That's Job 33. The Spirit of God has given me life. Breathe that in. And release it. And I will thank each and every one who have joined us through this midweek spiritual boosts. Just remember to meditate, to pray, and to study sometime through this week. If you can't do it every day, at least pick one day to sit down, meditate, pray, and study. It is your time, your appointment with your Creator God. Give God the praise, give God the glory, because God is constantly pouring His breath, the Spirit of life within every breath that you take. Be thankful, be grateful, for God is the breath of life. And so it is. that are working the law, giving and receiving. We are grateful for each and every gift that you continue to give. Just know that you can give through PayPal, Cash App, or the $ Living Truth Center. You also can come by 1850 Belmore Road and just slide that loving gift in through the mail slot. We appreciate each and every gift. And just know that you are working the law of giving and receiving. As you give, so shall you receive. So as you go through the rest of this week with the spiritual boost, that God is my breath, God is my life, and I am breathing in all of God right now. And so it is. Have a wonderful week.